Hey everyone, Tom Pounder here, and we're continuing our series on stewardship. Do you guys remember what stewardship is? Here's a quick reminder. Stewardship is taking care of what you have because it all belongs to God. It's taking care of what we have because it all belongs to God. All the blessings, all the great things that God has given us, it's all because of Him that we have it. So it's our job to take responsibility for it and to take care of it. And today we're going to look at a story about a guy who gives some talents, some money, some gifts to three people. And we're going to see what those three people did with those talents and what the guy who gave it to him, how he responded to what they did with it, okay? So I want you to pause the video right now, read the passage and answer these one or two questions, and then press play. And we'll continue from there to see how the king responded and what happened to those three guys, okay? Pause the video right now. Okay, so the first two guys did something productive with it. They invested in it, and they actually got more talents out of it because of what they did. But what did the last person do? He did nothing with it. Actually, he was afraid to do something with it because he didn't want to get in trouble and waste it. So, I mean, again, in some ways, it's kind of good. He didn't want to waste the money, but he did nothing with what he was given. And so the guy was very upset with him for not doing anything with it, and he ended up throwing him out and giving the money that was his to the other two guys. And so the bottom line today of the story is, use your things wisely. We need to use our things wisely, especially those things that have been given to us. We need to use them wisely, not foolishly and waste them and not do anything productive with them, but we need to use them wisely. So what can you use wisely today? Like, for instance, you all have been given a gift. You all have gifts and talents of what it is. Maybe you're creative, or maybe you're really smart, or maybe you're athletic, or maybe you know how to play a musical instrument. How can you use that gift wisely? How can you use that better? I want you to think about that today because that's your challenge. How can you use the gift that God has given you wisely? Remember, that's stewardship, right? Because God's given you a great gift. How are you going to use that wisely? And how are you going to take care of that? How are you going to invest in it? I want to encourage you to think with your family and your friends today how you can use the gift that God has given you today and use it wisely. All right? That's the challenge today. And I also want to encourage you today to be memorizing that Bible verse we've been looking at all month long. Do you remember what it is? Do you? Do you remember? Okay, here it is. Luke 16:10. Whoever can be trusted with very little can be also trusted with much. God's given you a gift. And right now you may think, oh, it's not that big. I'm not that great at it. But you're still gifted at it. So how can you use that wisely? How can you continue to invest in that so that God can trust you with this small little thing and get you bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, 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 and trust you with many more things? I want to encourage you to think through that verse today too in regards to how are you using your gifts wisely? How are you using things wisely? Again, it all falls under stewardship. And we've been given a great gift. Now, how are we going to use that wisely? And how are we going to use that for God's glory? That's the question. That's the challenge for you today. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you coming up. I can't wait to talk to you next week with a whole new story on stewardship.